Hey guys! So, it is like 11 o'clock at night, and I just wanted to do a video. I was kind of in the mood to do a video on this channel, and I know it's always like, the channel's always been specifically for me writing and stuff, but I've been so completely, like, everywhere that I've never, like, I've stopped writing, like, not I've stopped writing, but I've stopped doing series and stuff on here, and I don't know, maybe eventually I'll get back up to doing it. I mean, I am doing voiceovers and all that stuff. I'm doing a lot of beauty stuff. I'm very into that. Um, so that is basically my little quick update for you guys. But I'm actually here to talk about a specific subject, and I think a lot of us have this problem, or you guys may not have this problem at all, and maybe it's just me. But all right, and in no way is this means of bragging, because this is creepy in so many levels. Okay, so I work at a water park, okay, and I've been working there since like the end of May, and it's like mid-July and stuff like that. Like, yeah. But I've just found out that throughout the many years, specifically lately, I've had those really creepy people that would like come up to me and approach me, and we all know those people. They are very sketchy. That's what I'm gonna say. They're very sketchy, and or you might even get a friend request on Facebook. That has happened to me a lot. And I never know what to do, honestly. Okay, let me just tell you guys my situation. Okay, so let me just quickly text this person, which I will mention. Anyway, so I had this one thing at work. One time I was working at the lemonade stand kind of deal at work. And it was the day that it was like storming or raining or whatever, and um, they were going to close down the park in like a half hour or something like that. So this random guy, and I'm not talking about middle-aged, well, he was technically middle-aged. Is middle-aged like 40s, 50s? He's middle-aged if that's the case. But that's literally what he was. And he approached me and he was literally like, "Oh, do you know a place to get beer around here?" And as far as I know, there are two places that you get it. One was a German beer place near a lodge, and the other one was actually in the park, a little bar. But I knew the bar was closed and stuff, so I told him where it possibly was, and he was like, "Oh," and then he asked like, "Oh, I was all the way anyway." Anyway, um, so the weird thing is that he was like all like, "Oh, what's your name?" He asked my name 3 times. He asked what my nationality was, and then he's like, "Oh, I came here all the way from New York and blah blah blah," and he's like, he was literally like way too old. He's like my mom's age, okay, and my mom's not like super old, but I'm saying that's literally what this guy was. He's like, "Oh, we should hang out and all that stuff," and and there were two other girls with me, and they literally heard what was going on. It was like, "Oh, you should bring them with you, and we can hang out." I'm like, we're working. That was literally an excuse. So you guys know what I'm talking about. You have those creepy people that literally approach you, and you're like, "What?" Anyway, that was one time issue. Another thing is when people add you on Facebook and you add them because you're mutual friends with them. And I don't add people unless they're like, but overall it's mutual friends. And then I've actually had this happen to me at least 2 to 3 times on occasion where some random guy will add me on Facebook and it seems like I know them. It's like, "Oh, I know this person." And then they're like, "Oh, hey babe, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Hey? What?" And then, which by the way, I'm texting when the guy's actually adding me on Facebook. And okay, it's a different thing when you have the cute guys and you have the weird guys. There's a fine line. So that's, oops. that's that. And then the last thing that happened to me was recently, and it was this one guy. He was cute. I'd say middle 20s, mid 20s. Um, but yesterday, it was not yesterday, Sunday. He was coming up to this trailer. That's where I was working, Boardwalk Trailer, and he's like, "Oh, are you working here all summer?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "What school do you go to?" Creeper alert, creeper alert, danger, danger, stranger, danger. Like, that's all I've learned about when I was little. Do not tell somebody where the freaking hell you live, where the hell you go to school. That's just creepy. So I never answered him about that. And then a bunch of people came to get like drinks and stuff, and he completely disappeared. And then we were closing up, and I was telling the story to my friends, like the two guys that were working there with me, and there was a knock on the door. We closed everything. There was a knock on the trailer door. We opened it up, and there stood the same guy. I was just like, and I literally talked about him 1 minute ago, and he's like, "Oh, like, are you seeing anyone, girls? If any guy that you do not know asks if you're seeing someone, especially this creeper, if you're seeing someone, say yes. Automatically say yes. Just say yes. Saves you the hell of a lot of trouble." But I said no. And he's like, "Oh, I think you're the most gorgeous girl," and blah, blah, blah. We should exchange phone numbers and, go out and stuff like that. I obviously never called him because he gave me his number. And, yeah, I never gave him my number. So, girls, take this as a lesson as, don't ever, 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 don't ever, ever, ever give out your number. Don't ever give out your address. Don't give out. I think most of you know this, but just to be safe, this is for all you people. You do not want pedophiles. You don't want stalkers. You don't want to have creepers talking to you. It's just a pain, and it's just. I mean, if it's the guy you like, that's a whole nother story. But I mean, if it's some random guy, like, I mean, I'd understand if you have mutual friends. That's another thing. You could talk to them and get to know each other. But it's a whole other story when you're it's just saying. Hold on. I can't text clearly. What the hell? Anyways, that is my little rant. Let me know your stories about creepers, stalkers. They're just not fun. I clearly I've learned I need to have a better love life, or else I'm going to end up dying a lonely cat lady because I have the weird people liking me. Or so yeah, just tell me your weird, creepy little stalker stories, and that'd be awesome. And if you guys want me to do more videos of this, I might open up a new channel that can be like a what is it called? I can't even know. But like kind of just a ranting, talking video, not a vlog channel, but me just talking randomly, or I could just do it on this channel. Just let me know. And yeah, creepers. World isn't a world without creepers and stalkers, right? Or petties. Is it petties? Pedos. It's pedos. That's what it was. Is that the slang term, pedos? I don't know. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.